What's the worst response to "you know why I pulled you over?" So, way back when, I get pulled over for speeding. It was 3 AM, I was a DD, some douche high beams me, I speed up and change lanes, said douche with CHP. He walks up to the window and I am fuming. He asks, "Do you know why I pulled you over?" and I lose my shit. Every insult, slur, suggestion of sexual relations with his family. Everything short of outright threats. He takes my ID, walks back to his car, calls a separate unit to give me the ticket. Not the worst thing you could say though. You could just be black and get shot by a 20-year cop who can't tell a gun from a taser. Vape. You folks have quotas to hit or you can't get into gear. Guess I'm just your next lucky customer. Am I being punked? Who the hell knows with you people? I have a boyfriend. We've got a full tank of gas, half a pack of cigarettes, it's dark and we're wearing sunglasses. Y'all still offering those free body cavity searches? These are not the droids you're looking for. This isn't my blood. I can't explain. No. There is too much. Let me sum up. Look, it was never going to work out between us. I mean, I'm Muslim, I can even eat pork. Cop. Do you know why I pulled you over? Fletcher. Depends on how long you were following me. Cop. Let's start from the top. Fletcher. Here it goes. I sped. I followed too closely. I ran a stop sign. I almost hit a Chevy. I sped some more. I failed to yield at a crosswalk. I changed lanes at an intersection. I changed lanes without signaling while running a red light and speeding. Cop. Is that all? Fletcher. No. I have unpaid parking tickets. Be gentle. Me because I robbed a bank? Police really? Me yes, the money is in the trunk. Police is that all? Me no, I also have a dead body in the trunk and a gun in my glove box. SWAT. I am going to need you step outside the vehicle. Me steps out. The police search the car. SWAT to police. He appears to have no gun, no stolen money, and no dead body. Me and I bet that liar told you I was speeding too. It concerns me not why you pulled me over. What concerns me is how, officer. I specially passed that school bus with the flashing lights while doing 80. You've had to have broken 2 laws yourself just to catch up to me. The way I see it, we are on even ground now. Shall we make it a 3rd infraction, or would you rather we both go our separate ways? No one need find out how this ends. I was riding with a friend when he got pulled over once and the cop asked this as soon as he walked up. X200B. Friend. Yeah, but QAS I didn't use a blinker when I changed lanes just now. Cop. Well, there's that, too, but also because you have a brake light out. X200B. We were like 20 at the time and this was my introduction to when talking to cops, STFU. Because you're a cop. If you are capable of better, you'd be out doing it, but you're not. But they give you a gun and body armor, and send you out to do petty traffic enforcement that can be done better, more safely, and cheaply by a fucking camera and Raspberry Pi. You pulled me over because society has gracefully declined to enforce your obsolescence. Reminds of true story of a co-worker years ago. Him wife trying to have a baby for a long time, fertility drugs etc. He had to provide sample to lab one morning, gets pulled over for speeding. Cop. Going a little fast this morning. Why? Coworker. Officer, I have a pocket full of cum, I gotta get it to the lab. Officer. You better get going then. I have a friend who went to architecture school in Oklahoma. He was a passenger in a car that got pulled over for speeding. When the cop came up to the car, the driver rolled the window down and said to the officer, "I'd like 2 cheeseburgers, 2 fries, and 2 van shakes." The cop let him go. Bro, I was driving and got pulled over to be informed I had a tail light out. As soon as the cop asked if we knew why he pulled us over, my passenger said, "Is it because he's black?" Both of us were white as can be. The cop chuckled and went on with his day after telling me to get it fixed. Many years ago, at night coming back from work late-ish, my mom got pulled over by a cop who asked her just that. She answered along the lines of, "I guess because it's late, it's cold, there's no one else passing by and you're bored?" He let her go immediately. Macron sue Macron. I got pulled over doing 83 in a 55. Do you know why I pulled you over? Me. I think we both know why, and started laughing. He then started laughing too. He gave me a seatbelt ticket and told me to watch my speed. Not all cops are bad. Just the bad ones, smiley face. Here goes. I sped, I followed too closely, I ran a stop sign, I almost hit a Chevy, I sped some more, I failed to yield at a crosswalk, I changed lanes at an intersection, I changed lanes without signaling while running a red light, and speeding. I sped. I followed too closely. I ran a stop sign. I almost hit a Chevy. I sped some more. I failed to yield at a crosswalk. I changed lanes at the intersection. I changed lanes without signaling while running a red light and speeding. A woman was pulled over, and when asked that question, answered to invite me to the state trooper ball. The state trooper responded, "The state troopers don't have balls. Have a nice day, just slow down." I sped. I followed too closely. I ran a stop sign. I almost hit a Chevy. I sped some more. I failed to yield at a crosswalk. I changed lanes at the intersection. I changed lanes without signaling while running a red light and speeding. I sped. I followed too closely. I ran a stop sign. I almost hit a Chevy. I sped somewhere. I failed to yield at a crosswalk. I changed lanes at an intersection. I changed lanes without signaling while running a red light and speeding. If it's for speeding, you missed that Asian woman on her phone blasting past me and cutting across 3 lanes without turn signals 3 minutes ago, and last I checked, you were asking me to pull over 5 minutes ago. TBH, I've never been asked that. Because I've always asked, "Why did you pull me over, sir, ma'am?" With my papers ready and my hands on the wheels. Maybe the light on at night. And I've never gotten a ticket, so. Because you wanted to tell me how awesome of a driver I am and how much you like my car. But then you saw how hot I was and forgot. It's okay. We got that all cleared up now. You have a great day now, okay? Because I was traveling, which what I imagined the Constitution to be entitles me to do. I want to speak to your supervisor. I want my lawyer. I want your lawyer. I want your lawyer's supervisor. I said my muffler was loud. He said nope. Well shit. He said. Registration is out. Oh. I have 30 days grace. Yup. But you're 2 months out. Well shit. Still let me go with a warning, because I have your mom and your sister bound and gagged in my trunk of my car? Being steam cooked with the glazing of my comb, your mom's tears and your sister's blood. It sounds like a Family Feud question. What would be the worst item to have when pulled by a police officer? A nuke? Survey says. Ding. Number 1 answer. Last time I got pulled over and got asked that question, I was speeding, no seat belt, and I was on my phone. So I just stared at him. Yes, I know I was an idiot, because you guys finally found the bodies and in the computers. I knew this would happen. I told him we couldn't keep piling them up, you got to spread them out. I love Sarah Silverman's response to an officer's, "Ma'am, do you know why I'm standing here today?" Because you got straight C's in high school." "Hi officer, sorry, no, I'm not drinking." I swerve lanes when dissociation comes and goes. Oh no, 3, 2, 1. Dissociating stares blankly for 5 minutes. You probably noticed your kid, insert the cops, preferably daughters but also possibly son's, name has been missing. Well, she's in the trunk. Used to keep an Uno reverse card with my registration. That gets a laugh about 60 of the time. It probably got me out of a few tickets. Is this just karma farming bullshit? Just choose the next question and post it. Then the next. This sub is filling up with this shit because this is a speed trap. I've gotten out of a lot of tickets, but I knew I wasn't getting out of this one, so I was honest. Oh yeah, I committed, sorry. Don't admit to crimes, chances are the cop didn't even know what you did until you told them. I don't know officer, my trunk is hanging pretty low. Perhaps you wanna see what kind of junk in the trunk I got? Kissing face. I was in a car with a friend who answered that question with, "No." I slowed down when I saw you, so what's the problem? Well, if you don't know either, I really need to get going. I'm in a hurry, especially if you were stopped for speeding. Say? Are you a public servant? Get me a glass of water. Apologies for George Carlin if I butchered his bit. It's okay officer, you might not be able to tell because of my awesome tan, but I clearly have white privilege. Jim Carrey nailed this in Liar Liar. It honestly depends where I am, what time it is, and who's pulled me over. Also, whose vehicle am I driving? Because you gotta see, average in high school, so became a cop instead of going to college, and here we are. Because you're trying to exert the little power you have and wrongly believe you look good in uniform? No, I don't. Here's my driver's license, and why don't you tell me? I'm sorry, but I have to urinate. Let me tell you the best response. No. I have no idea why you pulled me over. Don't talk to cops. I read it so wrong while scrolling. As I glanced, I read it worst response to why you pulled out, smiley face, pulls out a gun and start firing into traffic. Would that have anything to do with it, officer? OMG, you look familiar. I saw your picture on the nightstand of the woman I spent last night with. For my lawyer, anything. In the United States, you have the right to remain silent. Use IT to get my number? I don't know if it was the worst response, because it worked. No ticket, woman shrugging. No, cops usually leave me alone as I have very light skin. Most don't realize I'm half black. Cause I'm young and I'm black and my hat's real low. Do I look like a mind reader? I don't know. After all these years it's almost a relief. But I swear the first 3 were self-defense. Yes, and I'll have 2 cheeseburgers, a large Frosty and a large order of onion rings please. Fuck. Please tell me that it's a body that fell off because now I definitely need a line. Sure hope you're not asking about the dead hooker in the trunk or the kilos of coke. Well, if you don't know, I guess you were lonely and I'm free to go. Good night, officer. Because you wanted to flex your power over normal citizens with your badge and gun? Your mother told you how good the dick was and you wanted to get some for yourself? Sir, I'm going to write you a ticket for asking a question that was asked yesterday. Answering it with anything other than no sir ma'am. Never incriminate yourself. Rolling up the window to just a crack and telling them you're a sovereign citizen. I'm non-binary, and there's no binary jails. You're a bigot if you arrest me. And assuming the bitch in the trunk knocked the tail light out or something. It's entrapment to ask this. They are trying to get you to admit to a crime. Yeah, you wanted me to lick your boots like a good little police worshipper. Probably due to my trunk not locking properly and her arm popped out again. Already arrested too many blacks and need to feel better about your racism. Or, I know, Oxyfer. I blew straight through that blue light back there. Hick. My ex-wife left me for a cop. I thought you were trying to bring her back because you've been trying to reach me about my car's extended warranty.